I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Oh Lord, and I've been waiting for this moment for all my life. Oh Lord, I can feel it in the air tonight. Oh Lord, oh Lord, oh Lord. That's Just the Way It Is the lyrics to this one came pretty much at the same time as the music. That's to say, it was improvised and sort of I kept most of the words that I sang. It's about Northern Ireland, specifically. There are the fact that people are growing up over there, the kids are growing up, and you see newsreels of them throwing petrol bombs and stuff, and they don't really know why they're doing it. They're just doing it because their brothers did it, and their fathers did it, and their grandfathers did it, but they're not quite sure why they're doing it. And they're fighting people they don't even know what for, a lot of them. And it's just that all the terrorism that's about, it's just people being killed constantly. Nothing's worth that, really. So the song is suggesting maybe we should all sit down and talk about it. And it's a simplistic way of looking at it, but then that's really the way I write the songs, like sort of from a man on the street's point of view. I mean, you don't need to know all the details, all you need to know the facts. There are people getting killed for nothing, so let's work it out. That's kind of the idea of the song. All day long he was fighting for you. He didn't even know your name. Young men come and young men go, but life goes on just the same. And I don't know why do we keep holding on? I don't know why, pretending to be oh so strong. Oh, why? Is there something I don't know? Something very wrong? Do You Remember is the Phil Collins love song, really, on the album. When you break up with someone, you tend to there's a lot of dust and fur flying, but it's not until later when things settle down that you realise that the faults, whose fault it was. I mean, one of the key verses probably in the song is there was always something better to do, always something more important to say. But I love you wasn't one of those things, and now it's too late. So that's the kind of idea of the thing. It's looking back on relationships and the blame where it lies. But I wouldn't want to waste your time, 'cause I love you, but I can't take anymore. There's a look I can't describe in your eyes. If we could try like we tried before, would you keep on telling me those lies? Do you remember? Do you remember? Do you remember? Colours is another. I mean, most of the lyrics on this album, I feel that I'm treading new ground for me. I'm writing about things that I've felt for a long time, but never really written about. So, Colours, as That's Just the Way It Is another one of those songs. It's about South Africa. It's two songs joined together. One is really a song, almost you can imagine the news reports at the time. I mean, I haven't done an album since Live Aid in Ethiopia and all that in 1985. I mean, my last solo album was that long ago. So it's the first time I've had a chance to do anything like this. And the first song is basically like a Michael Burke news report. And then the second part of the song is really all these reforms we're supposed to be hearing about that are slowly happening in South Africa. Nothing really seems to change, although everyone keeps telling us there will be changes. So the chorus of the song is, no matter what you say, nothing things don't ever get better, and no matter what you do, we never see any change. So it's a song for Mr. Boto, really.
Tears from her eye feeds her son. Now tell me, what can you say? Tell me, who do you blame?
Another Day in Paradise is a song about the homeless. Again, the lyrics came when I sat down at the piano and wrote the music. The lyrics came out spontaneously, and I always think those lyrics are my best lyrics. There's quite a few of those on this album, because I tend to write down what I've improvised and then fill in the holes to make sense afterwards. So it is a song about the homeless. I mean, it's something that we all see every day, and sometimes we see so much of it we don't even see it. You walk past it without even thinking about it. So, and we all think of it, okay, London, New York, those places. But it's worldwide, you know, and it can relate to the Vietnamese boat people, it can relate to the East Germans leaving East Germany. It's relating to everything, and I just tried, these people's awkwardness with homelessness as well. People with money have a very hard time dealing with people that are homeless. And it's people walking across the street and pretending they don't see what they see. And I'm as guilty of it as anybody else. So it's really a question of trying to draw people's attention to that.
Think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise. Blisters on the soles of her feet. She can't walk, but she's trying. Oh, think twice, 'cause it's another day for you and me in paradise.
On a few of the tracks you use guest musicians, your friends. What was that like?
Well, yeah, I use a lot of my usual band, a regular band. We also use 2 or 3 different bass players, Pino Palladino, Nathan East and Leland Sklar, who are 3 of the best bass players in the world, probably, as far as I'm concerned. But we also, yeah, we did use guest players. Clapton, who lives down the road from here, a good friend of mine for many years. He played on Face Value, but he played very, very quietly on If Leaving Me Is Easy, and everyone said they couldn't hear him. So, and he complained that I never asked him to play on any other albums, so I asked him to play on this one. And he plays great. He plays on Wish It Would Rain.
In the white room with black curtains by the station. Backroom country, no papers, tired story. Silver horses, random movie in her dark eyes.
Dave Crosby, who I tried to get for Face Value, but he was out on his boat a lot of the time at that point. He was probably out of it on his boat, is what he was. He said I wouldn't have liked him then, because he wasn't a very nice person then. But I met him at the Atlantic Records 40th anniversary party, or the gig, and then the party afterwards, and I asked him to sing on the album, and he really wanted to do it, so we stayed in touch, and he came down and sang on, when we were in Los Angeles, he sang on Another Day in Paradise, and That's Just the Way It Is. And I was knocked out. What I wanted him to do was come in like he does with Crosby, Stills and Nash and just pick out all these strange harmonies, because he picks out all different lines and strange harmonies that people wouldn't otherwise think of. So, and I gave him tapes of the songs, and he came back and into the studio and he did exactly that. So that was a very successful partnership with those two songs. He was great. Very, very alert, very funny, not at all a casualty, which is one people could be forgiven for thinking he might be after all he's been through. Winwood, well, I was doing a gig down the road, a charity gig which we do every year, and Steve was playing keyboards, and you know, we all get together, me, Clapton, Rutherford, Winwood this year, Gary Brooker from Procol Harum, we all get together to learn each other's songs, and Winwood was saying that he never gets asked to do anything, you know. So I rang him up the next day and asked him to play on 3 songs on this album, although only one is actually on the album. The others will come out at different times later. But he played Hammond organ, and he was great. I mean, you forget how good an organ, how good an organist he is, and also how good a Hammond organ can sound in these days of synthesizers. It's a real old instrument that, when it's played well, sounds great. And the other person, we had Steve Bishop, who is an old friend of mine, and he's got such a great voice. He rang me up, because he lives in LA, and when I was there, I spoke to him. And I just said, come down, we'll find something for you to do. And he did some backing vocals on Do You Remember? And sounds lovely. So it's good to get you know, when your friends are talented, might as well have them on the album.